In this video, we're going to start talking about some more complex for loops. Let's zoom in to see exactly what's going on over here. So all we've got right over here, tiny little program that on mouse press, we're going to create a circle at the X and Y coordinate of our mouse. So if I just run this really quick and everywhere I click, a circle is going to get created. Now, the weird thing about this that we're doing right now is I'm also starting the program by creating some variable called stickers, and I'm setting it equal to an empty group. And then on mouse press, instead of just creating the circle, I actually add it to the stickers group. Now, the reason I want to do this is because we saw a bit of loops the other day, how to use for loops for I in range 0 through 10. Now we're going to look at is looping through groupings, which, you know, rhymes and who cares, but I think it's funny. We're going to loop through groups. So Python is just super, super nice in that a lot of the built-in language is very understandable. And if this is your first programming language, then maybe you don't appreciate that. But believe me, if you move on to others, you'll see like, oh, Python is like beautiful. It's nice. So what I want to do, and this is the goal for this program, is to make sure that we got a sticker that's added to a group, and then we're going to press a key to change the color of all of the stickers. So let's see. Now, this might not actually need to be done using a loop now that I'm thinking of it a little bit more. But we'll use the loop just as kind of a proof of the fact that, like, hey, here you can loop through groups of things, and we'll see other examples moving forward. So I'm going to start by creating a def on key press. I'll just use the letter K for key, my key variable. And I wonder, can I just do stickers.fill equals yellow? I want to see if that will actually do it. So we're going to make our stickers, and I press a key. Oh, it does change all the colors. I forgot how groups work. Okay. Well, so this is just going to be a dumb little sample program because you could just do what we're about to do just by doing this. But let's, just hang with me here. I'm going to show you how for loops work a little bit, and then I promise I'll come up with a better example that requires the use of looping through the group. So we could do it that way, but instead, I'm going to use a for loop to do the exact same thing, just to demonstrate how for loops could be used. So here's what you can do. I can say for, and then the first thing you do, we usually have been doing like I in range 0 through 10. This would loop through 10 times, I starting at 0 and going till 10 or 9. I don't remember where it's inclusive or exclusive, but I think this would loop through 10 times. Now, instead of doing it through a range, we can make our for loops go through a group. So what you can do is I can still say for I in, and then instead of saying range, I can say in the name of a group. So for I in stickers, I will now change I.fill to equal yellow. So what this is going to do is it's going to create a variable I, and that will start as the first object, the first item in the stickers group. And then it will loop through one item at a time, changing the I variable to hold on to that object in the group. And one at a time, it will just change all of their fills to yellow. So let's try running it again. Make a couple different stickers. And now if I press a key, I changed all of their colors to yellow by going through them. Instead of just saying I'm going to change the whole group's color to yellow, I went one item at a time, changing them one at a time. And since the computer goes fast, you didn't see it happening one at a time, right? I can add more to the group. And by default, they're put in with, right, every time I do on mouse press, it's just a circle, X, Y, radius of 20. The default color defaults to black. But then if I press a key again over here, boop, it'll go through all of them again and rechange them back all to yellow. So I'm going to end the video over here. This is an example. The core big idea, actually I'm not ending the video quite yet. The core big idea for this one is that you can create a for loop saying, all right, here's the variable I'm going to be using to loop, and it changes as it goes through. But instead of looping over a range, I can loop over a group of objects, and then the I will become each object in that group doing whatever it's supposed to do inside of the for loop as it goes through. One final thought before I actually end the video is I is usually good. I usually like to use it as like a counter when I'm doing in range. A nice way to do this is to make your variable name make sense instead of just being a random letter. I could say for each sticker in the stickers variable from line 3, I'm going to say, all right, that sticker.fill, I'll switch to yellow. It doesn't really matter. You can name this variable whatever you want. This variable name matters, right? You're actually accessing a group that you made somewhere earlier in the program. But this one, it's just kind of nice to, you know, make it kind of make sense with what's going on there. So that's that first video. This is your most basic looping through groups type of for loop that we got going on here. Like we saw earlier, you don't even need to do it for this, but hopefully this is a good little introduction to, oh, whoa, this for loop doesn't just need to count from one number to another. It can go to each item in a group and change something about that item. Super cool. You don't even know the start of it, right? So well, I guess you do know the start of it now. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. Hopefully you got something out of that, and I'll see you next time.